Hello everybody. Since 2009, Open Access Week takes place every year in the last full week of October. So what is Open Access and why should you care? I'm Dr. OOI Chi Yan and thank you for choosing to watch this video. Traditionally, gaining access to the latest knowledge from peer-reviewed research requires paid subscriptions to academic journals, directly with the publishers or through association with a library or an institution with set subscriptions. Nowadays, with the advent of the internet, individual articles can also be purchased on demand with pay-per-view. However, like that the internet has enabled the provision of various free media and services, it has also enabled a movement towards open accessibility to academic publications. The term open access is first defined in the 2002 declaration by the Budapest Open Access Initiative and further consolidated in the 2003 Berlin Declaration on Open Access to Knowledge in the Sciences and Humanities, and the Budapest Statement on Open Access Publishing. The two core ideas of open access are that any user, including machine, at no additional cost, has the right to read and to reproduce and reuse with the proper attribution, the latter of which is often achieved through one of the Creative Commons licenses. What that means is, for example, my 2018 article published in the journal Cancer Research, which, while free to read, is only semi-open access, or gratis open access as some might call, as the publisher retains most of the rights to reuse all or parts of the article. Unless your reuse is covered by law or exempt by the publisher, you will need to request permission to reuse or create derivative work from this type of publications. Such permissions are granted at the discretion of the publisher and may or may not come at a cost depending on the nature of such requests. However, while full open access publications can be reused without requesting permission, not all are created equal due to the differences between different Creative Commons licenses in use. For example, my PhD thesis can only be reused for non-commercial purposes without any modification. But this paper on switchable CAR T cells can be reused with modifications for any purpose desired. In some other cases, derivative works need to be distributed under the same license as the original. But why should you care? Many of the research published are funded by governments or non-profit organizations. If you have ever paid tax or supported these organizations, some of your money or the money you assisted in raising will be invested in this research. So it is only fair that you and research funders get to reap the benefits from these investments without additional cost. Without open access, people such as science enthusiasts, doctors, startups, and those in developing countries that cannot afford or are not or no longer associated with an institution with the necessary subscriptions or pay-per-view are not able to access the knowledge generated from research. Open access will also allow wider spread of knowledge for people to build upon them in order to create maximum benefit to society, and easier fact-checking when research are reported in the media. If you want to learn more about open access and other open initiatives, check out the Scholarly Publishing and Academic Resources Coalition. Also check out the Australasian Open Access Strategy Group if you want to know what gold and green open access are. You will find the links to these websites and also the things I have referred to in this video in the video description below. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. You will be doing me a big favor if you liked, subscribed, leave a comment or share this video. I welcome suggestions on what I should cover in future videos. And until then, you can check out the other videos on my channel. Thank you.